Sri Krishna Parabrahmane Namaha. Sri Sadguru Paramatmane Namaha. Sarva Maharshibhyo Namaha. The excellence of Gnana is declared. 19th Shloka. Ihaiva tairjitaha sargo esham samye sthitam manaha nirdosham hi samam brahma tasmad brahmani te sthitaha. Substance. Even here, while living in this body, birth and death, samsara, are overcome by those whose mind is established in equality. For Brahman is free from evil and is balanced, and therefore they are established in Brahman. Commentary. Mind is the cause of bondage of freedom. If the mind is corrupt and unbalanced, it is bondage. If the mind is pure and equal, it is freedom. Therefore, the Lord declares that the man who keeps his mind pure and balanced conquers the bondage of samsara. While living in this body, the man becomes free, a Jivan Mukta, the living free. The reason for it is that Atma, the self, is free from evil and is always balanced. Whosoever acquires these attributes of Atma have their life and being in Atma, like things mixed together and not unlike things. Water mixes with water and not with oil. Oil mixes with oil and not with milk. So, to become Atma, one should cultivate Atma Dharma. Two attributes are mentioned here as Atma Dharma, purity and balance. When these qualities are acquired, man realizes Brahman. When the mind acquires purity, objectlessness, balance equal to that of Atma, man attains emancipation. Moksha is purity of mind, illumined by knowledge. If one keeps the mind pure and balanced, he is free now and here and not elsewhere and at a distant time. There are no conditions of time and place. Wherever he is and whatever he is, if one acquires purity and balance of mind, he attains freedom. Mind established in equality, it means that the mind is balanced, free from the unsettling waves of attraction and repulsion while moving through the object world. This balance is achieved by the Gnani as he is able to perceive the one self in all beings, so much so that no mental disturbance at all for him. The highest state of freedom could be achieved while living in this body. This gives the greatest hope for suffering humanity. It is not after death that their freedom is attained. It is attained here and now by the aspirant whose mind is free and balanced. Question. Who can overcome the bandage of samsara? Answer. He whose mind is pure and equal overcomes samsara. Question. What is the way to cross over the ills of life? Answer. Purity of mind, firmness and balance, looking with an equal eye on all beings. These are the means of peace and bliss. Question. What is the nature of Brahman? Answer. Purity and harmony. Question. When would man attain moksha? Answer. When the mind is pure and balanced, man attains moksha. Further attributes of Brahmagnani are mentioned. 20th Sloka. Na prahushet priyam prapya, no dvijet prapya cha priyam, sthira buddhira sammudho, brahmavid brahmanistitaha. Substance. The man of steady intellect, the undiluted knower of Brahman, established in Brahman, should not be elated having obtained the pleasant and should not be troubled having got the unpleasant. Commentary. Further attributes of the Gnani are mentioned here. The wise and the ignorant could easily be distinguished by their conduct. In the same way as we could distinguish a blind man by his gait. Though knower of a Brahman is untroubled by the occurrence of unpleasant things, nor is he elated when good things come to him. His intellect does not waver in wear and woe. He knows by direct vision that worldly life as we see and live it with a deluded mind and confused intellect is a dream that has no reality about it. He knows that it is a mirage appearing to be full of water and beautiful, but only a sandy desert. Those who know the mirage are no longer deluded by its apparent attraction. In the same way, to the knower of Brahman, the world is unreal, mithya, from the spiritual point of view. So he is not moved by joy or sorrow by the diverse pattern of human existence. Of steady intellect, not deluded, sthira buddhihi, asamuddhar, the means the purified intellect of a knower of Brahman is firm and immovable. Because it has transcended all fictitious notion of the world, pleasures and pains, etc. The intellect of the ignorant man is shrouded in delusion, and so, like a weathercock, it is unsteady and turns around and round by every gust of wind. The light of Atma illumines the whole universe, and the wise man who knows what is real and what is unreal with absolute clearness. From this, we can understand that the aspirant who practices steadiness of mind, who keeps his intellect equal and balanced, unites himself with Brahman. Question: what are the attributes of the knower of Brahman? Answer: he does not rejoice when good things happen, and he is not troubled when bad things occur. He is steady in mind and free from delusion. First sloka. बाह्यस्पर्शे स्वशक्तात्मा विन्दत्यात्मनि यत्सुखं स ब्रह्मयोगयुक्तात्मा सुखमक्षयमश्नुते. Substance. With mind unattached to external contacts, he finds happiness in Atma, and with mind united with Brahman, Atma, in meditation, he enjoys imperishable happiness. Commentary. Eternal happiness is only in the self and nowhere else. All other kinds of happiness arising from the contact of the senses with the external world are only short lived and mixed with pain. They come and go. They are only the reflected joys of the self. Real joy is only in Atma. The course of all happiness is inside and not outside. Not believing this truth, much less knowing it, the ignorant are deluded by thinking that happiness is coming to them through external objects. The dog biting the bone bruises its own mouth and licks its own blood, thinking that it is coming from the bone. So is the ignorant man who runs after the elusive pleasures of life and is constantly cheated by them. Even after repeated experience, he does not change his attitude. It has become a habitual way of thinking for the common man. The wise man who has inquired into the nature of things develops a different attitude. He comes to know that he is himself the source of all happiness, and so he has no attachment for the pleasures derived through the senses from the objective world. Knowing this, his mind naturally turns inwards into the self. Otherwise, the mind cannot remain steady when it is pulled out by the distractions of the sense world. So, first of all, there should be a clear understanding of the ephemeral character of sense pleasures and the pain caused by them. Then comes dispassion, vairagya, rejection of sense pleasures. The less is sacrificed for the greater, the transitory is sacrificed for the eternal, and the reflected joy is given up for real joy. From this verse, we understand three important ideas. First, happiness is not outside, it is inside in Atma. Second, external pleasures are short lived and mixed with sorrow. Third, sense pleasures are obstructing the free flow of the bliss of Brahman. He who runs after them cannot experience the bliss of Brahman.